What is up, you glorious people? So, on one of my polls on Twitter, we already got the hate comments out of the way, and we got the setup tour out of the way, and the third place thing was just another Q&A. Well, let's get into these questions because we got a lot to go through, and I'm gonna try to get through all of them, but I'm not gonna say repeat questions. You know, like if I had it in a previous Q&A, I guess I'll answer it quickly, but if I see the same question multiple times in this, I'm not gonna answer it. First question to start us off is from May Blaze, and he asks, are you still going to continue playing with fans on the weekends? My schedule isn't as consistent as it normally is, so I've just been having a hard time finding time to do things, and setting up things like that where I'm playing with you guys is a little harder than I expected, you know, because there's a lot of obviously contacting people, letting the people come in, and waiting for them all that I can actually get in. It takes longer than you'd expect. This next question is from Jericho Loyalist, and Jericho said, do you make money on your Mario videos? I know there is a way if you apply for the Nintendo Creators Program. Well, I am with the Nintendo Creators Program, but I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm too stupid, apparently. I have it set up, I submitted my videos, my Mario videos, and my copyright claims were taken away. They're saying, okay, well, it's not copyright then. But then it's claimed by Nintendo, and it says monetized by content creator or something like that. So I don't know if that means like they're taking all the revenue or if they're monetizing my videos for me. So like, I know they're supposed to get a cut, and apparently they're the ones making the ads in the videos. So I don't know. I'm a little confused by that. So currently, I don't know if I'm getting paid, and if I do, it's not going to be for another 2 months because it takes 3 months to get your first paycheck from them. So any money I'm going to be getting is going to be basically from the other videos. T Mills Bro Plays. Pretty sure, I don't know if that's how you say it. This person said, will you play Unfair Mario? Well, I already did, so there you go. Sanshi Kodo says, how old are you? Question I get every video. I am 25. I paused there because I actually forgot how old I was for a second. My birthday's in September 24th, so I still got a bit to go before I go up another year. This question is from Santiago Cepeda. Santiago says, would you mind doing a draw my life video for us, the fans? It would be cool to get to know you. Well, despite the fact that I'm left-handed in a lot of things, I'm actually not the best drawer. I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers do it, but the only ones I know for sure do it is Jacksepticeye and DanTDM, I'm pretty sure. I've never watched theirs, so I don't know if they actually have talent in drawing, but I don't. Maybe. You know, maybe I can come up with a unique way of doing it. This next one is from Valentin. Valentin says, what rank on Overwatch? I'm assuming you're talking about competitive? Because if you're talking about competitive, I'm exactly 3,000 right now. My highest rank achieved was like 3,600 something. I got into Masters, but then got pooed out of there. So this one is from Valvicious. One question is withdraw my life, and the other one is, what is your favorite video game? What is your favorite video game? Will you ever do PS4 Overwatch? Other than that, amazing channel. Other than that, well, I know what you're trying to say though. Thanks. I am just like a guy. You know what I mean? I'm not like someone who's raking in a bunch of money, despite having a pretty good job. But like, I'm not in a situation where I can just buy games left and right whenever I feel like it. You know, and like do giveaways and stuff like that. So when I do Overwatch, I'm not positive. But I definitely want to. And as for my favorite video game, this is another one I get asked kind of often, but favorite singular video game is The Last of Us, and favorite series is Mass Effect. What was your dream job as a kid? Asked by Ville Alongvist. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. My dream job as a kid was to be a magician. Actually, I've always loved magic, And I remember I was that kid that liked to dig holes just cuz. Like I'd just get a shovel and dig like a fucking 4-foot hole. And I always watched Pokemon, so I like to... I remember Team Rocket showed once, like, they put, like, thin sticks across the hole, and then they put leaves over it, and then sprinkled it with dirt, so it would make the pitfall. And I used to love making those for fun, and one day when I was digging, I found a magician hat, like a plastic, like, you know, magician pull a rabbit out of a hat. And I was like, it's destiny. I have to be a magician now. I don't have a choice. My path has been laid out. So I was like super into being a magician. This is from RL Glitch Gaming. What's the life of Zach like outside of YouTube? Hobbies, job, career, schooling? So as for hobbies, obviously gaming. I like to game. I like to play guitar. I have an acoustic up in my room right now, so I play that occasionally. Use the laser pointer with my dog when I feel like she needs exercise, but I don't want to actually exercise myself. For my job, you know, I work at Cash and Carry, a retail store. It's so-so, which could very well be a career for me if I wanted, but if I had the choice between that and YouTube, I'm gonna choose YouTube. And no schooling for me, even though I've been back and forth between whether I want to or not. This is from Dwayne The Rock Cena. Wow. And this person says, will you have my babies? Well, honestly, if there's a fusion between The Rock and John Cena, I think you could look at me and I'd become pregnant, honestly, so I don't think I have a choice. This next one is from Izzy Casty. Izzy says, what inspired you to do YouTube? I guess it's just knowing that I feel like I'd be comfortable doing it, and I know I'd like doing it, and that I wouldn't look at it as a job. I just have so many fond memories of moments during gaming with like my friends and stuff, and it's something that I wish, like, oh, if only that was recorded. I thought about it before I watched YouTube, you know, like, and I wish I could put that out there in the world and everyone could enjoy this. Like, that's just kind of why. Plus, like, I just have like all these other ideas that aren't gaming related sometimes, and I was just like, I want to put it out there and I want people to enjoy it. I don't know, there's just like this draw to it that I have, I guess. I don't really know if I can give you a proper explanation. This is from Sloth Lover 69. Sloth says, what's your favorite food? If there's any food I eat, and anytime I eat it, I need to make sure I'm wearing a condom while I eat it, just in case, because it's so good. If you've ever went to Costco and went to their, I know this is random, you're like, Costco, what the fuck? If you go to their food court though and order a chicken bake, it is divine. Like, I need that in my life, like, all the time, basically. I want a mountain of it, and I'd be okay for that. If that was the only food I could eat for the rest of my life, I'd be okay. This next question is from Marvin. Marvin says, what's your favorite sport to play and what's your favorite sport to watch? Well, watching is definitely football. NFL specifically. I'm not into college all that much. I'm a Denver Broncos fan, so it's been up and down these past couple years. As for playing, I really love football. Like, I was just obsessed with it for the longest time. But if you want to count martial arts as a sport, I also really like that. Like, to do martial arts. Like, I don't know if this will be surprising to people, but I actually really like to fight. Like, I find it fun. So, I like those little mano-a-mano moments with someone else. It's just enjoyable. This next one is from Josh Chrysler. Josh says, will you make more levels in the future? I'm assuming you're talking about Mario Maker. Yeah. I'm having a hard time choosing between what style of a level I want to do. I'm thinking either doing a speed run, a puzzle map, or just some sort of hardcore platformer. This next question is from Shivam. One of those two, I hope. This person says, what is your YouTube goal for this year? If we're talking like subscriber count, at the beginning of the year it was 100,000. I was really hoping we could, like, because we were at an insane pace, and I was like, I don't know if this, like, when this pace will stop, but we could easily hit 100,000 if this continues. But obviously it's slowed down quite a bit. Ryu helped a bit just recently. But if it's subscribers, at least 50,000 would be nice. Obviously, the sooner I can make this into a career, the better for me and for you guys, because then I could put out probably 2 videos a day, and that'd be better, like, better quality videos. Honestly, like something that I feel is more important than subscriber count though, because I have like 25,000 subscribers at this point, just about, and the only thing that even comes close to that kind of number is Mario videos. So I would like it if we got to a point where all the videos were getting decent. I mean, I know like that's how it is for everyone. Like, I think PewDiePie, for example, has 50 million subscribers, and his videos get like what, 1 to 3 million. So that's 47 million people not watching his videos. So I know it happens everywhere, but I'm just hoping that the because I don't want to just do Mario Maker. You know, I've made this clear from the beginning. I'm not going to, and so I guess more of a goal would be to have the other videos get out there more. This next one is from Nick Applebay, also known as Your Mom's Mom. He says, "Will you marry me?" Well, Nick, I'm not sure if your wife would appreciate that. You'll have to run that by her. We have another question from Shivam, saying, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. I know, I'm sorry. He asks, what is your dream job apart from YouTube? Before, in high school, it was to enter the NFL. I'm sure I'm looked at as like a nerd, which I am, but I'm like the stereotypical nerd who's like very weak physically and stuff like that. But I was actually quite good at football, so I definitely feel like I could have made it there, but I was a bad kid in high school and I ditched a lot, which brought my GPA down lower than what you're allowed to have to start in football. So I kind of screwed myself by being an idiot. So don't ditch school. You'll regret it big time. Lucifer says,
what do you truly and deeply desire? Tell me, it is yours.
Yeah, Lucifer, remember that chicken bake I was mentioning earlier? If you can hook me up with like an infinite supply of that, I'd really like that. If I have to do a couple blood sacrifices, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Just make the chicken bakes happen, alright? This next one is from Queen Spinker. Hey there, it's me again. Remember me, Daddy? But anyways, have you ever tried peeing while sitting down? I mean, I guess. Haven't you ever thought you needed to take a dump, but then it never happened? You're like, I guess I'll just pee now. TMI? I don't know. Justin Charles Dill. This is also one of my friends from California who I'd known for around 10 years now. Justin says, are you in a relationship? If so, damn. If not, then will you marry me? All my friends want to marry me. Now that I'm getting more popular on YouTube, you want to marry me. You missed your chance to elope with me when I moved away from California. Rush Royal says, do you think you would ever do a day in the life? Also, do you think you will ever do, like, wait. This is worded kind of weird, I'm sorry. Basically, this person's asking if I'll ever do a day in the life or meetups. So as for the day in the life, I don't know if that's like a vlog. Honestly, vlog stuff I know nothing about. I've never really cared for vlogs, but it sounds like a vloggy type thing. If that's the case, I don't know. Like, I know that there's some of you guys who are interested in like my personal life, and it's not like I don't mind that. I just have a hard time believing that's the case. You know what I mean? Like, I just think, why would you care like what I do? Like, I'm not that like important, you know? Like, rarely do I care about like what a celebrity's life is like, but not that I'm a celebrity, I'm not saying that. It's just, it's not something that I can relate to, I guess, with the wanting to know. But like, if you guys want to know, like, I'm fine with it. I don't really care. I definitely have a lot of good stories I'd like to tell. But I just, you know, as long as it doesn't fall on deaf ears. And as for the meetups, yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd like to meet you guys. But that's not something that would happen for a while, just because, you know, expenses and, like, I don't really know how I would do it. And obviously I can't go to, like, every person individually, because that's a little unrealistic, but I feel like it'd be a little overboard to do some sort of, like, event or something like Z Gaming guys in town, because it's that's just, I'm not worth that kind of time. This next one is from Jacques Johnson. I'm saying this wrong, I know. Sir Johnson says, why did you stop playing football? Well, that goes back to my whole ditching thing and fucking myself over in that. Typhon says, will you ever make a video on how to do a good Super Mario Maker level? If I can squeeze in 2 videos in a day, you know, maybe I'll make it... Maybe I'll make it tomorrow. So this video that you're watching right now should be up Sunday. And I have Sunday off, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try making a level and record it and kind of talk to you guys through what my thoughts are and how I look at it and stuff like that. RL9 the Best asks, do you like Star Wars? I do. I'm not like a super fan where like I could name all the planets and side characters and stuff like that, but I really enjoy Star Wars. I really like the lore. It's really cool. And I was totally a kid who had Darth Maul face paint during some like Halloween event thing, because I was like, yep, Darth Maul's awesome. Oh, Santiago Cepeda has a couple questions. First of all, how often are you going to play Super Mario Maker? That's going to be twice a week for now. It might go down to 1, just because I am not slowly, fully stepping away from it, but I am stepping away to where it's not the feature of the channel. You know what I mean? And I hope you guys can understand. Like, think of it from a YouTuber's perspective. What if I just say, okay, I'll do Super Mario Maker all the time, and then all of a sudden there comes a day where Super Mario Maker is no longer relevant. It just dips in popularity. I'm kind of screwed, you know, at that point. So I need to stick with playing other things. Plus, that's just what I want to do. And while I do this channel for myself and I do it for you guys, at the end of the day, it is going to be like how I envision the channel. And I mean, if people don't like it, then I guess I just I shouldn't be on YouTube. The other question is, are you planning on making any levels for Dashie in the future? No. I am stepping far away from Dashie as I can for obvious reasons. You know, like in my hate comments one, there's that guy who said like, get over it, Dashie's not gonna play one of your levels. And out of spite, I almost wanted to make Dashie play my level. Like, not make him, but I have a pretty good idea on how to get him to do it. But that just, you know, like, the more away from Dashie I can be, the better. Okay, and he also asks, what's your favorite video game right now? Right now, I don't know if you can count this as my favorite, but I've had this really strong urge to go back to Terraria, or Terraria, however you say it. So right now, like, the urge to play that is higher than any other game. Okay, Marco has a Vietnam. Alright. Marco says, are you married or dating? No to both. I lived in California for most of my life, and then I moved to Idaho about 4 years ago. And I left behind, you know, all my friends and family and yada yada yada, and I didn't go to school here at all. So meeting people is kind of hard, actually, when you're not like getting it from friends, school, or work. Because my job is a bunch of 40-plus-year-old men, and yeah, no thanks. This is from Carson Henke. Carson says, "What state do you live in? It would be awesome to meet you." Well, Idaho. Somewhere in the midst of Idaho, I believe. Next one is from FuzzP. FuzzP says, will you ever collab with any other YouTubers? It depends. I'm not going to do it with just anyone, you know what I mean? Like, let's say I had the opportunity to do a video with Dashie. I wouldn't, honestly. I feel like that would hurt me more than it would help. Because I just, like I said earlier, I just want to step away from any Dashie related things. If it was someone like Ryu's a realistic one to happen, maybe, but I don't want to, like, you know, some of you aren't gonna like me saying this. You're gonna get mad at me for saying this, but right now, if you were to say who is more well known between myself and Ryu, it's gonna be Ryu. You know, it's just fact of the matter. So right now, if we were to say who's the bigger YouTuber, it's gonna be him. So I don't want to pester anyone to be like, oh, we should do a video together, or like, just because we did that one thing, you know, with him playing my level, I'm not going to expect him to be like, you know what, let's continue this trend. Like, as cool as it would be, like, you shouldn't have that. You shouldn't put them in a situation where they almost feel like they're trapped with you, like they have to keep doing stuff with you. So we'll see. Brian Binstock says, will you ever be opening more opportunities for your fans to interact with you? Yeah, like if I'm doing something like live streaming, that's one thing. But if I'm playing a certain game where like you guys can go in and affect it, like the Killing Room, I think it's called, or something along those lines. And there's a couple other games. Agario, maybe. Agario, whatever. However you say it. However you want to say it. Stuff like that. I think it'd be cool to do that as well. It's just right now my upload speed is like 0.4. In a stream you need like 5 at least, apparently, or 4 or something. So if I was to stream, it wouldn't work. I need to upgrade that before I can do that. A kid from Africa asks, how thick are you? Yes. Adrian J asks, who was your Valentine? Oh, and do you have any plans on having kids? Well, my Valentine was probably like a pizza or something. That's my guess. And as for the kids, it's an interesting thought to have little gremlins of myself around and roaming about and causing mischief, but that's up in the air. Valentin, again, asks, at what point would you quit your job and completely proceed and focus on YouTube? Excellent question, Valentin. My videos would have to average like 70,000+ views per video if I was to consider that, because supposedly you make like about $2 for every 1,000 views. I don't know how true that is, but if that was the case, that would be good. Because right now my other job, I'm full-time. I have all the benefits, 401k. I make almost $18 an hour. So like, it's a really good job, and I'm gonna have to have like a lot of convincing to like fully leave it. You know what I mean? What are you planning to do with YouTube? Are you gonna change up your content or stick to gaming? Well, I do have other things in mind. One is there's a music video that I've been wanting to do for a long time, ever since I was like, oh man, a freshman, I think. My friend and I came up with it, and now that I have the equipment and the editing skills, I could probably make it happen. I love making music, so maybe at some point I'll make some tracks, whether it's like actual rock tracks, well, more like metal probably, or electronic, because I like doing both. But for the most part, at least as far as I can see currently, it will be gaming. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. You had some pretty good questions, and quite a bit. Way more than I was anticipating. But hopefully that wasn't too boring. But I hope you guys are having a kick-ass weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.